Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. We're just going to give people a couple more minutes to join, so hang tight and we'll get going shortly. Okay, great. I think we're going to get going. So good morning or good afternoon, wherever you guys are today. And thank you for joining our webinar today, Finding Success with Social Bridge. So by now, hopefully you've been starting to use Social Bridge or you're looking to potentially use it here soon. And we're really excited to start to talk a little bit more about how you guys are going to be able to execute within the application inside of Bronto. Just a couple housekeeping things first. This webinar will be recorded, so we'll make sure to send this recording out to everyone after the webinar. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to drop a question in the area on the panel, and hopefully we can try to get to some at the end. So let's get going. So just a quick introduction. My name is Greg Bauman. I'm the Director of Channel Partnerships and Alliances for Amex Cloud. I manage our strategic partnerships, including our partnership with Bronto. We also have a couple other of my colleagues on this call today. First one I want to introduce is Raina Ale. She is on our customer success team and is your go-to and point of contact for anything Social Bridge related. So she's going to talk with you and show you a little bit inside of Bronto and some strategies around how you guys can execute within the application. And then finally, we have Sean Ogino, who is Amex Cloud's digital marketing manager, and he's going to go over some advanced strategies to think about when it comes to Social Bridge, and also some of your other marketing initiatives and how Social Bridge can tie into those. So in terms of the agenda today, this is what we're going to go over. So first, we just want to give you a little bit of insight into who Amex Cloud is. I'm sure some of you are wondering who we are, since we are powering this application inside of Bronto. So we just want to give you a bit of history on our company and also our partnership with Bronto. Then we'll talk about the origin of Social Bridge. This may be a little redundant for those that have been using it for a few months, but for those that are new or are looking to sign up here in the future, just want to talk a little bit about what Social Bridge is. Then we're going to dive into a tutorial, show you guys the application itself, how it connects to Facebook, and how you can use the technology, and then start to dive into some advanced strategies, and we'll finish with Q&A. So first, just a little bit about Amex Cloud. So Amex Cloud is a unified customer marketing platform. And essentially, we focus in 3 different areas. Referral marketing is the first area. So any type of refer a friend campaigns or any type of acquisition around referrals or influencers, as well as contests and sweepstakes. Our second area is in user-generated content. So we can power any type of visual commerce, ratings and reviews, and questions and answers that you might want to implement on your site. But at our core, we are a loyalty platform, a customer loyalty platform. And what's unique about us is that our referral marketing and our user-generated content solutions are natively integrated into our loyalty platform. So you can start to engage your customers and reward them based on different types of behaviors that you want them to take, instead of just purchasing products. So it's an incredible engagement platform and a way to drive more repeat purchases. We've been around since 2010, so we have a decade of experience in the industry, and we've been a partner of Bronto since 2016, so we've had a long-standing relationship with them as well. When it comes to our overall partnership with Bronto, along with our work on Social Bridge, we also have a powerful integration with our overall platform. So whether it's using individual referral links in your emails, or requesting customers submit product reviews for anything that they've purchased, or if you're looking to leverage your loyalty data to send dynamic emails to your best customers, our integration allows Bronto users to send more personalized messaging to their customers. So now let's talk a little bit about Social Bridge. So Bronto and Amex Cloud had partnered a couple years ago, and we wanted to work with Bronto to add more social functionality to Bronto's platform. And that's how Social Bridge was created. Social Bridge helps Bronto marketing platform users easily close the gap between email and social outreach. And really, it's about sending the right message, the most relevant targeted message to the most relevant audience on your social media platforms or channels such as Facebook, Instagram, and Google. Currently, our release of Social Bridge includes feature parity to a previous application that was in Bronto called Socialite, which we have replaced. But we do have advanced features that are going to be rolled out throughout the year to make it more robust. But the biggest value for the Bronto user is that Social Bridge is available inside the platform at no additional cost. So normally, to take advantage of these types of features, you might have to go to a third party and pay for it. But as a value add to being a Bronto user, you'll be able to use this for free. So to talk about some of the current features that are inside of Social Bridge, wanted to walk you guys through that. So really what Social Bridge allows you to do right now is use your Bronto segments and lists that you've developed inside of Bronto and leverage them to create two different kinds of audiences on Facebook. The first one is a custom audience. For those who don't know, a custom audience would be leveraging that segment or list inside of Bronto and then being able to target those specific users and advertise to them on Facebook. So it's really another avenue to be able to engage and educate and try and get your customers to come back and purchase from you in the future. The second aspect that you can create is a lookalike audience. So if you were going to use that same segment or list inside of Bronto, you could then ask Facebook to find people that look exactly like that segment and list that you're trying to target. So it's really a prospecting tool for you to be able to find your next batch of loyal customers. And then lastly, we do offer some Facebook tab functionality where you're able to acquire new email addresses through the use of this feature. And what it allows you to do is if you wanted to try and acquire emails through newsletter signups or some type of reward on your Facebook page, you can start to capture email addresses through Facebook tabs. Some of the upcoming features that we have that we're really excited about are Facebook lead ads and Instagram lead ads. So this is going to be a huge feature for Bronto users, which we're hoping to roll out soon. This is what, if you are doing any type of lead ads currently as part of your social media advertising, any of those emails that you're capturing are going to be automatically sent into Bronto so you can start to engage with them, whether it's with a welcome series campaign or any other type of campaign that you want to engage them with. The reason why this is valuable is currently, as it stands, if you generate emails through a lead ad campaign, they're going to be sent to your Facebook account. Then you have to export that file and then upload it into Bronto. We're essentially doing the plumbing and automatically syncing those into Bronto. So just alleviating you of some of those steps that might take you away from some of the other things that you're working on. This is going to be the same with Instagram, comprehensive reports. So being able to look a little bit deeper into some of the audiences that you're creating, as well as being able to segment Google users for targeting as well. So those are some of the upcoming features that will be happening. But now what I want to do is I want to pass it over to Raina, and she's going to give you guys a quick tutorial in terms of how you can use Social Bridge, and then also some strategies that you might want to think about as you're leveraging the application. So Raina, why don't you take it from here?
Thanks, Greg. So as you mentioned, I'm your dedicated support specialist for Social Bridge, and I'm going to show you how to successfully use our features after you signed up through Bronto. I know I've helped a few of you so far, and I'm happy to help any of the new users as we get started. Also, keep in mind we do have a chat box, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop a question in the chat, and then we have some time for Q&A after. We can go ahead and move forward with that. So for those of you who have logged in, this will be your dashboard. And for those of you who haven't signed up or actually brand new, this is what you'll see. So if you click products, it'll show you the Social Bridge icon. You would click this. And here you'll see your Social Bridge dashboard. Okay, so before I get into how to create a custom and lookalike audience, I'm going to show you how to add your Facebook account to Social Bridge. This is the first step you should take after signing up because you wouldn't be able to use our Social Bridge features without adding Facebook. Also, please be sure you're monitoring this email address because some Social Bridge updates, such as refreshing your Facebook access token, will be sent to this email address. So as I'm in the settings tab, I'm going to go to add new account, type in the email address and name associated with the Facebook account. And so in this demo, I'm using my personal business brand. locked in. It's a student athlete development program for athletes to prepare for life after college. And I also sell branded apparel with my logo. So in this step, I'm going to follow the steps to give me the necessary permissions to link with Facebook. Okay, and as you can see here, I have an active status, and this shows me that I can move forward with creating a custom and lookalike audiences. Okay, so now that we can move forward to this tab, which is the Facebook tab, here's where you can start creating your custom audience. At the moment, as Greg mentioned, we are testing out our Facebook lead ads feature, so this tab won't be visible on your dashboard, but we will roll this out soon and we'll let you know when we're ready for that. So in this demo, I'm going to upload my website traffic list. These are users who came to my website, they scrolled around, added some gear to the cart, but they abandoned the process. So the website name would be, the audience name, excuse me, would be website traffic. Description would be bandit. My Facebook account, and then you want to select the advertising account to which you want to run ads. So next step, source would be Bronto. And in here, you can select the lists or segments that are associated in Bronto. So I have my website traffic list. So if I click this drop down, I would find it in this right here. Click submit. So depending on the size of the list or segment, it may take some time for SocialBridge to upload the members. Keep in mind, SocialBridge syncs the lists and segments every 24 hours with Facebook. So if there are any changes in your list or segments, it will be synced automatically to Facebook. Okay. So now let's transition over to creating a lookalike audience. To create a lookalike audience, you must select a source audience, which would be one of the custom audiences that you have here. In this case, I want to create a lookalike audience for my custom audience of most engaged customers. These are people who have engaged with me on social, through my website, and they've also subscribed to my newsletter. So again, add new audience, go to lookalike audience. Audience name would be engaged customers. Description, I'm just going to put Bronto. Again, you want to select the appropriate advertising account to which you want to run ads. Okay, so in this step, here's where you'll select the custom audience. So please note, okay, do that over again. Customers, my sort description. And then you want to select the advertising account. Okay, so your custom audience, the source must have, at least 10,000 members. So you want to go click this drop down, and then here they are. Engage customers. The location, you can select any country. And in this step, so this is where you can display the size of the audience. So a 1% lookalike audience consists of people who are most similar to your custom audience. If you want to have a bigger and broader audience, you can simply drag and drop this bar. So after you hit submit, your list will populate. And keep in mind, you can create multiple lookalike audiences to one custom audience. Okay, so then now that I have my list and segments into SocialBridge, I can use them while creating my ad. So let's say for the demo, I have all of my custom audiences in here, and then I want to move forward with creating my ad to target these guys in my website traffic list. So I'm here in my ad account. And it's going to take me to my ad account dashboard. So when I'm creating my ad, this is just for demonstration purposes. Let's say I want to do a lead generation campaign. I'm going to select lead gen. Moving forward, you can customize your ad however way you want, but in this case, this is really where you find your list from social that you added on SocialBridge. So let's say I want to find my website traffic list and use it for my custom audience. This is where I can find it here. You can also see the audiences that you've added into SocialBridge if you go to the audience dashboard in your ads manager. Take care. Okay, so before I pass it over to Greg again, I'd like to leave you with some hacks. So I'm going to leave you with 3 ways you can use your email list for successful Facebook campaigns. Okay, so the first is the lookalike audience, which we went over in this demo. So this graphic gives you a visual idea of how a lookalike audience works. So the key to increasing your relevancy score of your ads are through targeting. The more relevant your ad is to your target audience, the higher your score will be, which will lead to a lower cost per click. Your database is Bronto, right? SocialBridge connects Bronto to Facebook and Facebook to Bronto. And then when creating a lookalike audience, Facebook matches users who are most similar to the list from your initial database. So also, for those of you who might not have an extensive list, you can always create lookalike audiences to reach a larger pool of prospects through your social ads. The second is remarket to your audience. Use your website data to segment your email list to those who have taken action on your site, but haven't converted as an actual customer. This is where remarketing can come in handy with your email list. So here's another hack. Compile a list of members who visited your site through a website tracking pixel, but didn't take any action. You can use that list to remarket to your audience with a discount code in your ad to encourage those members to purchase. And then the last is to upsell your audience. So figure out a way to keep your audience coming back for more and more. Compile a list of existing customers and keep them interested. Reward them with a discount or exclusive insight on a new product. So in this case, let's say I'm running an ad for e.l.f. Cosmetics about my new loyalty program. I've developed a segment of customers who's bought something within the last month, and I'm going to use that audience in my targeting for this ad specifically, which is encouraging them to join the loyalty program for discounts and free products. So I'll leave you with this. While email is still the #1 channel to reach your audience, the message I'm driving home is if you spread a message to other channels, you'll increase your conversion rate by 22%. So I typically receive a lot of questions on where to find additional resources about SocialBridge. And so you can always head over to our SocialBridge landing page for additional support. We also have a knowledge base full of helpful answers to frequently asked questions, or you can create a support ticket, which is also on the landing page. We also have a dedicated support email, socialbridge@amexcloud.com. Thank you for your time today. I'll drop some extra insights on the topics I just went over. And again, please feel free to reach out if you ever need SocialBridge support. Greg, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Raina. That was really helpful. And so now that we've talked a little bit about how SocialBridge works and some of the strategies to think about when executing, I want to pass it over to Sean, who's going to give us more advanced strategies that tie in how SocialBridge can also be a driver in a successful customer loyalty program. So Sean, why don't you take it from here?
Strategies for long-term loyalty success. It's one of the things that I kind of focus on here. And one of the topics, sorry about that. And one of the topics that we've been focusing on here at Amex Cloud for the last few years is moving away from a general reliance on earn and burn loyalty strategies, and moving towards a 21st century model of new age loyalty. Right? We got to think about how companies recognize that consumers want more out of more than just the old school model. They want more than just the traditional model. So what are earn and burn strategies? They're your mother's loyalty program, basically. You get some coupons, you're enticed by the discounting, you show up at the store, you burn the coupons, and you don't return to that store until you earn some more coupons again, or something shows up in the mail, something shows up in your inbox. Ooh, look, I can save 10%. So the emotional connection for older traditional loyalty programs was made at the cash register with the teller, right? Like it was made with regular trips to the same store and chatting with the butcher and the manager and just speaking and getting to know your local members and your local community. But now times have changed, right? The world is more fragmented than ever and people are busier than ever. So advanced loyalty programs have to evolve to recapture that lost emotional in-store connection. And they do that by rethinking their approach. The first thing that we have to realize is that loyalty programs are not about me anymore and should be viewed from two different lenses. What's in it for the member, and what pain point does the brand want to solve by incorporating loyalty? So forward-thinking loyalty programs today are designed to buttress and capture customers using emotional loyalty as a key component, right? So what is emotional loyalty? Emotional loyalty is a loyalty built on the emotions customers have while shopping with you and interacting with your loyalty program. Loyalty programs are there to, reinforce the former emotional connection that you used to get with the teller at a cash register. So without building positive emotions and through positive actions and positive reinforcement, it's much harder to convince your customers to come back time and again to your store, and especially your e-commerce store. So we want to go ahead and have two examples today. And the first we're going to talk about is Cain. Cain is a luxury fashion e-commerce company selling their products online, in personal stores, and with department stores such as Nordstrom. Right? Cain sells high-quality handbags, suede shoes, eco-friendly loungewear, and more. So why do they need to use loyalty? As a premium brand, Cain has a business imperative to not discount their products. Discounting is anathema to luxury brands. It cheapens the implied and actual value of the product. And as they're creating more buzz and influence in the luxury space, Cain approached us to help them build a program that would make their brand stickier with their customers. So what does that look like? Luxury brand stickiness needs to hit them, the customer, where they are. Hyper-focused to reach certain niche markets, micro-influencers, and more. These are very specific audiences that are insular, but once activated through a strong and consistent social media and email campaign, Cain can re-engage them on a granular level. And as you probably noticed on the slide, we have some impressive numbers here that I want to share with you. Because of loyalty, Cain's average order value has increased by almost 14%. Considering that their products start at $100 and easily sell for $300 more or plus, this represents a significant rise to their revenue. With a current 95% participation rate of their loyalty members, we show an active, growing, and engaged audience. With loyalty, Social Bridge users can activate and engage more effectively via email and social media. Loyalty provides incentives for users to consistently and regularly re-engage with your brand and your offerings. So by rewarding customers for taking unique actions, gamifying your process with specific tier actions, and giving them more chances to interact by reaching them via email and audience and your connected social media channels, loyalty is a major pillar of success. And because of loyalty, average new member registrations have increased by almost 600%. So now I'd like to move on to the second of our two examples here today. We're going to talk a little bit about Elf Cosmetics. Elf Cosmetics is a cosmetics company that sells at lower price points, typically between $2 to $6 for the average item. They believe that Elf is for every eye, lip, and face, a fantastic tagline that really gets the message across quickly. And true to their word, Elf Cosmetics sells in a multitude of physical and online stores, right? They sell in Target, they sell in Ulta, they sell in Walmart, as well as their own e-commerce platform. So as a company, they're in an inverse position of a luxury brand like Cain. But Elf Cosmetics also shares many of the same problems as a luxury brand. They can't afford to discount. We just talked about the $2 to $6 per item, right? They have to be smart and judicious in their social media posts because their audiences are just as fickle. And they have to unify their audiences across all of their channels. So in this competitive environment where customer loyalty is extremely fickle, so easy to jump ship and just go to another brand, Elf Cosmetics has to maintain audience loyalty and find ways to maintain that loyalty without discounting. So by providing emotional loyalty principles to their loyalty program, Elf Cosmetics is able to turn the tide of customer fickleness and build brand loyalty across their email and social media audiences. This includes getting points the second you sign up for their program, getting exclusive birthday rewards that the user is notified about via email, and just for being at the lowest tier, they're rewarded for these actions. And by giving more at higher tiers, such as exclusive products at the highest tier, and rewarding users for uploading the receipts when they buy their product using our NRS technology from retailers, these customers receive points for their loyalty to Elf Cosmetics wherever and whenever they shop. So this wins over influencers and social media by amplifying and rewarding selling at a higher level. And the results speak for themselves. Right? Like if we just take a look at the results on the screen here, we're looking at an average order value increase of almost 50%. And this is against loyalty members versus non-loyalty members. And in their first 5 months of loyalty, Elf saw a rise of 100,000 new loyalty members in the first 5 months. Currently, we're tracking closer to almost like 1 million new members as they continue to rise and they continue to market their loyalty program. And so we combine that, with a higher repeat purchase rate and the use of native receipt scanning to entice and reward customers for purchases at retailers. Elf Cosmetics is really showing how to bridge the gap and really unify everything that goes on in their program. So this kind of takes us to, where does Social Bridge fit in here, and where does loyalty fit in here, and how does this all work together? Like, how do we take all of these strategies and make something that'll work for us and really kind of sell our products and make sure that we're consistently in the minds of the people that we want to be in front of? So when it comes to effectively reaching customers where they are and through those channels, we have to entice them to where you want them to be, but we have to meet them where they are. And here at Amex Cloud, I've been talking about the 5 pillars of success. And each pillar brings its own foundational support to any marketing effort that you put on. To start off with, right at the top, email. It continues to be a mainstay of marketing success. And even though it's one of the oldest forms of digital communication, it still reaches customers. As Bronto users, you guys probably know this pretty well at this point. Being able to perfectly control your style, your branding, when your message goes out, and the content that you put out lets your brand be its most unique self. It also allows you to really segment your audience as well and truly test your messaging before you go out and reach those customers. Your website is your second most important pillar of success. Strong search engine optimization, up-to-date content, and sensible lead flow build the backbone of long-term success. So you get new emails into your email messaging system. So this is where your strong repository of branding comes to the fore, right? And using social media and email to help drive that traffic to your e-commerce store is what will allow you to break away from relying on larger retailers for success, whether it's Target or Amazon, or to compete with, compete with those audiences on those major channels like other bookstores, other books, other cosmetics companies, etc. And that's where loyalty comes in. Loyalty programs give you the ability to diversify your messaging. You can build those emotional connections with your customers. You can convince them to open their emails more frequently, and to come to your website to redeem and collect their hard-earned rewards. Without loyalty, it's harder for users to justify their continued spend with your company when there is an equal product out there. And loyalty fills the gap and builds that trust so that they come to your business of their own volition. And the fourth pillar is social media. Most of us now live in social media, but it is the bread and butter of many of our marketing efforts these days. And we cannot discount it because there are really good reasons for that. People always want to share their successes. They want to see themselves as part of a community, and enticing them to join your community is extremely important. So social media outreach efforts allow you to reach those micro-influencers and reach those smaller niche communities that you want to be in front of and that are ready to be activated to become your brand advocates. And finding those brand advocates is why it's really important to have an audience unifier, which in this case is Social Bridge. An audience unifier, very quickly, is a system that allows you to find your audience on all of your channels all of the time. And so this way you can entice them to join you on your other channels where you want them to be, because maybe your email game is stronger than your social media game. Maybe your website is where you want to put them in, or maybe you really want to get them in front of your loyalty program. An audience unifier allows you to reach your customers where they are and bring them into your other channels. An audience unifier is the fifth pillar of success here because it just brings all of your marketing efforts together and it brings your disparate customers under one roof. So now I'm going to go ahead and kick it back over to Greg so he can talk about next steps and summarize everything we've spoken about today. Greg?
Perfect. Thanks, Sean. So just to put a bow on all of this, I want to just go through some key takeaways from today's presentation. First, Amex Cloud and Bronto's long partnership provides a fully unified and integrated solution for any Bronto user. And because of this, we've been able to develop a more robust and advanced platform in Social Bridge that can help you enhance those social media marketing efforts that you're currently doing. Along with this, you're also able to take what you're currently doing with email acquisition and allow Social Bridge to provide an additional channel to drive more email list growth with Facebook tabs and in the future our lead ads functionality. Through custom audiences, you're also able to engage some of your most loyal customers in a new way, kind of what Sean was talking about. And then also through lookalike audiences, you have the ability to find your next batch of loyal and advocating customers. So a lot of really rich opportunity that you can leverage Social Bridge with. And again, this being included as part of your overall Bronto package. So we do have time for a couple questions. If we don't get to your question, we'll make sure to reach out to you afterwards and get you the answer that you're looking for. But Raina, I think this is a good one for you. We got a question. Someone asked, can you target location based on state/city, or is it just country?
Yeah, so a great question. So when you are targeting for your lookalike audience, at the moment, Social Bridge will only allow you to target by country.
But also, this is Sean here, but just to jump in really quick, for Facebook, in case you don't know, you can get as local as like a literal mile area. So you can get pretty granular on Facebook.
Perfect, gotcha, thanks guys. I think we have another question here. Someone was asking if we can, explain a little bit more about the rollout of some of these new features, if there's any specifics that we can share about that. And that's a good question. So right now, what we can say is that our Facebook lead ad feature will be out in this quarter. So it'll be available in Q1. We're hoping to have that available actually by the end of February, but definitely by the end of this quarter. And anyone that is currently using Social Bridge will be the first to find out about that feature. So you'll know exactly when we're rolling that out. And then we'll probably look to maybe send like another quick demonstration to you guys, or tutorial in terms of how you're able to leverage that feature. So I believe we have time for one more question. It looks like we got, Sean, this is probably a good one for you. We got a question someone was asking, you'd mentioned briefly something about native receipt scanning, and they wanted to know if you could elaborate a little bit more on what that is.
Sure. So native receipt scanning is one of the technologies that we have here at Amex Cloud. It's part of our advanced loyalty solutions. One of the ways, and the main way that it operates, is that I'll just do a quick rundown. You sell your products in Target. Just a quick example, right? But you have your own e-commerce store. I sell my glasses in Target, but I want them to still get points for my loyalty program, right? I want to reward them for buying my brand of glasses as opposed to other people's cups. So what do? I use native receipt scanning. A customer purchases through Target.com or goes into the store and purchases there. Using their receipt, they ship it on over to my brand. I go ahead and take that receipt, scan it, and upload them and give them the points that they would have gotten if they had purchased, say, in my store or less, because they're not necessarily purchasing in my store, but I still want to reward them for their brand loyalty, right? It's another way to generate that emotional connection and that emotional loyalty, right? Like if they're buying your stuff somewhere else, you should reward them for it. You should reward them for that loyalty. So that's basically what native receipt scanning does.
Perfect. Thanks, Sean. So that's about all the time that we have for today. We hit that 35-minute mark right on the dot. We'll try to answer some of the other questions that we got specifically to you guys in our follow-up. Again, we will have this recording sent to you guys after this concludes. We really appreciate you guys joining. We hope you found this valuable. Please make sure that you reach out to Raina with any questions in regards to getting set up with Social Bridge or some of the tactics that she talked about. Also, we would love to chat with you about some of your other initiatives heading into 2020. Sean, I think, did a great job of tying in how Social Bridge can really help amplify your loyalty strategies heading into the new year. So we'd love to set up some time and have a quick consult with you and show you a demo of Amex Cloud. So please make sure to reach out to us if you have any interest in learning more about our loyalty solution as well. Again, we really appreciate your time today, and we look forward to working with you more on Social Bridge here in the future. Thanks, everyone.